So, how do you keep going when it's hard? We all know that there are times that things just get crazy. Things get difficult. We're talking at work, we're talking in your personal life, we're talking with your family, we're talking with your finances, with your health. We have all had times when things are just really hard. And it is hard to keep going. It's hard to keep showing up. It's hard to get up out of bed. It's hard to be doing our best. So let's talk about it because it's not like those times aren't going to happen. They're going to keep coming because it's part of life. And the question is, what are we going to do when they come? Not if they come, but when they come. And so let's look at 3 ideas for managing it, for doing the best you can do, for trying to make it easier when things get really hard. First, when things get hard in life, at work, in your health, in your finances, with your family, one way is to make adjustments. Look for ways you can adjust the situation to make it easier. 4 quick ways to do this. Number one is to change something, change the goal, change the timeline, change your approach. Maybe it's that you've got lots of projects and you're burning the midnight oil and you are burning out. Well, can you change a deadline? Can you adjust an expectation around a goal? Can you change your approach? I had a client and he had teenagers and he said, it's the teenagers, it's killing me. And our relationship is not great. And we talked about changing his approach. He did change his approach. And I had the pleasure of him coming back and saying, wow, my teenagers are literally, this is what he said. He said, my teenagers are talking to me for the first time since they became teenagers. So maybe it's an adjustment in approach. Maybe it's the fact that you need to get help. Get help from a friend, a family member, a colleague, a coworker, from your boss. Who might you be able to get help from? Maybe it's that you need to adjust yourself, your sleep, your exercise, prayer and meditation, just to strengthen yourself to go through this time. And sometimes, fourth, it's just time to quit. Maybe there's something that you're pushing and you're pushing and you're pushing and you're trying and you're trying. And there's some times where you have to say, this is a thing that it's actually time to just step away from this. Depends on what it is. Sometimes it's a message to keep pushing, but sometimes it's not. Second, when you're in the thick of it and things are tough at work, at home, in life, one thing that can help is normalizing it. Reminding yourself that, wow, I'm not the only person who has gone through this. It is not at all to minimize what you're going through. What it is to tell your brain that other human beings have survived this. I can do this. I can survive this. When my parents died, it was really, really, really hard. Anyone who has had loss in their life, you know what I'm talking about. Very challenging. And one of the things that I found was helpful was to remind myself that every human being who has ever lived on the face of the earth has faced loss and has faced the passing of loved ones. And they made it. And if they made it, I can make it. And so normalizing it, reminding yourself that this too shall pass, reminding yourself that others have faced this, and there's a sense of solidarity and there's a sense of strength you can draw from, I'm part of the human race and the human race has persisted. And so if others have faced this and gone on, I can face this and keep going. This is an opportunity for you to remind yourself that you have a bravery muscle and you are being called on it at this point in time in your life, in your profession, in your family, wherever it is, you're being called on to flex that muscle and to dust off that muscle and to exercise that muscle. It's not easy, but you've got that bravery inside and it's time to flex it. It's time to work it. Third, when things get hard, when things get tough, it's time to reconnect with your vision. And it's time to reconnect with meaning, what it all means and what this means. So look at your goals. Maybe things are really tough in your business or tough at work right now. Reconnect with your goals. You got to look at your goals every day, every morning. Make sure you're looking at them every morning. Make sure you're looking at them throughout the day to remind yourself of the North Star there, to remind yourself what you are going towards, what all of this is leading to. And you might need to think about, so who benefits from my keeping going here? I need to stay in the game. I need to flex that bravery muscle, and I need to keep going. Who is it that that is meaningful to? Is it your coworkers? Is it your boss? Is it your family? Is it your kids? Who is it that needs you to keep going and to be strong? Because when we think about someone beyond ourselves, we get a renewed sense of strength that can help us push through even the toughest times. If things are hard right now and you're in the thick of it and you're just in a tough place in your personal life, in your professional life, look for ways you can make adjustments to make it easier. Think about how you're not the first one who has faced this, in a way that is supportive of you, to think about others have made it. I can do it too. I can make it through this. And be sure you're reconnecting with how keeping going, how continuing to push forward helps someone. Who does it help in your life? And reconnecting with the vision of why does it matter and why are you moving towards this and why are you keeping going? And when you do that, you give yourself any one of those or a combination of those, you're going to give yourself that extra strength. It is, there's this thing I'm facing, and what am I going to do to either make it easier, to change the situation, to keep my eye on the prize so that I can make it through?